Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and tonight is Monday Night Fanboy Anonymous. So tonight's subject is going to be Game Pass. Microsoft did a show yesterday. They showed us 30 titles with 27 of those games coming to Game Pass day one, with third-party games like Back for Blood. So I'm pretty sure that's making a lot of people's blood boil right now, seeing as and who would want to rent their games. So basically the way I'm looking at this is the value of Game Pass just got a whole heck of a lot better. So even if, we basically are going to have, it's almost like 1 to 2 titles every month now for like the next year planned out, that we're going to start getting new games on Game Pass day and date, first party games. We've got this month, we've got the Ascent coming this month or next month. That's next month. This month we have, in just a few days we get what's that game again? Dark Alliance. Dark Alliance is coming to Game Pass in just a couple of days. So yeah, you're going to start seeing a lot of people kind of mad because we went from Xbox has no games to Xbox has games that everybody can play on Game Pass for as low as $15 a month. That's an amazing value. Even if $180 a year and you get, all the way through 2022 basically is what they showed us, 30 different games, 27 of them coming to Game Pass all the way through 2022 basically. So if you take that from right now, from 6 months from right now, and just pay for a whole year, $180, and you get one game a month for the next year, you're essentially paying $15 a month to play those games for the entirety of forever, however long they are on Game Pass. If they are a first party game from Xbox, they will stay on Game Pass indefinitely. As far as I know, they haven't said anything about these games ever coming off of Game Pass. So if you look at the lineup that Xbox showed us, at the end of the year next year, you are going to get Starfield day and date on 11/11/2022 straight into Game Pass day one. You also get Redfall. You're going to get Redfall day and date on Game Pass. This year, you get Forza Horizon 5. Let's start in the order. You get Flight Simulator. You get Forza Horizon. You're going to get Psychonauts 2, Halo Infinite. That's a lot of games that you're going to get for your $15 a month. And if you like them later, you can always buy them after that. Xbox, if you're an Xbox gamer and you don't have Game Pass, I don't understand how that's not possible. You get every single Xbox game day and date. And then you get third-party games. You're getting Dark Alliance next month or this month. In a few days, you're getting Dark Alliance day and date on Game Pass. You are getting, I don't remember exactly what games are coming. So let's talk about this, okay? Because Game Pass is literally an amazing value. There's no way around that now. Xbox is going in really freaking hard with this Game Pass, and they showed us just the other day. Oh, good afternoon, Haywire. Shouldn't there's I don't understand. Oh, duh. Sorry guys, I didn't have my my chat thing on that. Good afternoon, Haywire 800. Shouldn't devs make games to try and earn our money, not just earn a paycheck from Microsoft? Tristan, yeah and no, okay? Because you can yes, they should try to earn our money, but from Game Pass, say it's a third party developer with a new IP like Outriders, okay? Those games don't always do well right out the gate. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. With something like Outriders going straight into Game Pass day one, that gives that game an automatic boost. They do get money from Microsoft, to have them in there. But you know what, guys, that money from Microsoft could be something as simple as, hey, instead of the 30% cut, we'll take a 12% cut for every game you sell if you put your game on the Game Pass. So there could be deals just like that. Let's see if I missed any other. These chats are supposed to show up on the screen. I don't know why they're not. So, oh wait, I can put them on there. That's right. So yeah, devs should make games to earn a paycheck, from us to be able to get games from us, Tristan. But this also provides a value for gamers that are in the Microsoft ecosystem. I have played a lot of pretty good games on Game Pass already. So I think is what you're kind of getting at, Tristan, is want to choose what I support with my own wallet, not just accept whatever Microsoft owes on Surface. Game Pass is absolute garbage, taking control away from the gamer. Nobody's forcing you to buy. Nobody's forcing you to buy. What's up, First Grothrax? And nobody is forcing anybody to buy Game Pass. So Tristan, I used to manage a game crazy. Okay, it was kind of like a GameStop, but we were inside of Hollywood Video. I don't know if you remember who Hollywood Video or what they were. We were basically a GameStop inside of movie rental place that not only could our customers go and rent those games, but if a customer wanted to try that game, we would open the game up and put it in there right there so that they could try those games before they bought them. Game Pass offers a service of value that no other that's never really been done before outside of renting a hard copy and then having to take it back. On Xbox for Game Pass, these are basically full games that you can. So if a game is bad, we should accept it because it's on the. So Tristan, you know what? Honestly, man, if it wasn't because of you got to understand that a lot more people are buying digital video games now. A lot more people buy digital. So the fact that they can download that game on Game Pass, play it, and if they decide, hey, you know what, I like that, and then they get a discount off that as well, I don't understand how you would think that's a bad thing. I mean, I could understand if Xbox was just going to start throwing a bunch of filler games on there, like phone games or something like that are garbage and nobody wants. But with them supporting this fully with full first-party games day one onto Game Pass, I just don't understand how anyone could see that as a bad thing. I mean, I get that you want to be able to buy your games, and honestly, Tristan, with PlayStation, you got a 90% rate that game is going to be a good game. I mean, whether it's a one and done game or something that you play for a long time, Sony does have that 90%, 80 to 90% rate where them games are, you can trust your purchase when you buy a PlayStation game for the most part. The only reason I say most part now is because Returnal, I didn't really like Returnal. I thought it was overpriced. I thought it was broken and buggy and unbalanced. And oh yeah, today's the 14th. We got a balancing patch for that broken buggy game that I reviewed and said that it was, I gave it a fair review. I said, hey man, this game just doesn't feel balanced. It feels ridiculous. And I felt that it should have been like a $50 game. So there's games like that because I buy all my games digital now. So games can be made of poor quality, but Xbox fans will accept it because free on Game Pass. Tristan, I've been a PlayStation fan for well over 25 years. Okay. I got into the Xbox ecosystem in 2016 when Forza Horizon 3 Blizzard Mountain came out. I went and bought an Xbox purely to play that game. Since then, I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's a lot of games that Xbox first party makes that I have now, like I get more gameplay out of a lot of those games than I do for a lot of my first party PlayStation games. See, guys, I'm trying to keep up with these. The devs set their asking price to let a game be on Game Pass, and then they get the money. For Outriders, Microsoft paid the cost of the development of the game. Therefore, the sale made under there is nothing but profit. So if a game is bad, we should just accept it. You know, Tristan, I haven't really seen a whole hell of a lot of bad games come out to Game Pass. It's not how it works, Tristan. If a game is a bad game, is a bad game. Yeah, I mean, at least if a game's bad on Game Pass, then you don't. So I get what you're saying, though, Tristan. Like, I completely understand, you know, the whole, well, what if they're just making games and rushing them and putting them out, you know, just to fill Game Pass. Like, I get that. I think that would hurt Microsoft's ambitions, you know, later in, if that was the case. I would hope that they didn't do that. I mean, the Medium went straight to Game Pass. I thought it was a good game. I mean, it definitely needed some work. It could have used some different stuff. You know, the 30 frames a second was it wasn't that off-putting because because the game was kind of a slower game. But this is going to eventually force PlayStation to do something like this. They're going to have to respond to this eventually. They're not going to be able to just, you know, rest on that $70 game because, you know, I just got done playing through let's see, why would anyone look at Returnal? Sorry, guys. You know, Tristan, the VR cat, which games are you talking about? Name a few. Not when so many gullible people falling for Game Pass. Look in a year when Halo and Fable are over monetized. Tell me so. Okay, I get that. Okay, so what if they start putting monetization into these games? You know that's definitely a real thing. But you know, if you pay $15 for a game or to play hundreds of games on Game Pass versus paying, you know, $60 to $70 for a game, either way they're going to stick that monetization in there, whether we like it or not. I mean, look at Ubisoft. They basically went into this whole freaking model of, you know, microtransactions and stuff. Me personally, I'm not 100% against microtransactions. Because I'm a grown man, you know, if I decide I want to buy an outfit for my avatar, like whatever, dude, I'm going to buy a freaking outfit for my avatar. You know, does it help support the devs? Yeah. Did they make a game if they made a game that I'm actively playing enough to want to buy a freaking outfit, like I don't see that as a bad thing. But if they make a piece of crap game, I'm not going to buy a stupid outfit for it. Anything of Xbox first party since Sea of Thieves quality been garbage. You know, Tristan, when Sea of Thieves first came out, I bought that game day one. And I'm going to be completely honest. When it first came out, I was like, what the heck is this? You know, it felt shallow. It felt bland. But with the model of them adding new content as often as they do and as regularly as they do, when you get on there with friends, that game's really not that bad. Like me and my friends, me and a couple of my closest friends, we jumped on it and we were just like, you know what, man, we paid for this game. Let's at least give it a try. Okay. And our other friend just downloaded it, you know, on Game Pass or whatever. So we got on there, dude, and we played for like 7 freaking hours straight, man. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, we haven't really went back to it that often, but it's not that bad. It wasn't that bad of a game with friends, but I don't recommend buying that game as a single player. But with it being on Game Pass, I've never had a problem finding a group of people to play on that game with. Any game is fun with friends. That's no excuse. Yeah, you're right. I was extremely disappointed when I bought Sea of Thieves when it first came out, dude. I didn't know what to do. I was pretty bummed, and I bought it day one digital. So that game is always going to be in my thing. But had I downloaded that game on Game Pass, because I had freaking Game Pass at the time, but I was just like, oh yeah, you know what? That looks cool. I want to play it, and I just bought it because that's how I've been for a long time, man. I've always bought my games, but lately I am trying to try more of them on. Welcome, Sev. How's it going, man? Name one exclusive that Sony didn't launch, broke, or that you played for longer than the 6-hour story. There is actually a few. First Gothrax. I mean, well, this generation, I mean, I think Miles Morales was like 5 hours. Demon Souls has been. I have to be in. Someone called me a Sony fanboy. Nope, I play everything. I just have a PC. No, see, nobody should be calling anybody a fanboy in here. This is, this is a group where we can all come and talk about our differences and our feelings about each console and like things that make us happy and things that make us. And like it's nice to have you here, Tristan, because like a lot of Xbox players probably don't understand, the feelings or when PlayStation people are saying, "Oh man, I don't think that PlayStation when they do this, I don't think they're going to completely skimp out on the quality of their games just to throw them on some kind of a service." But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we think right now because that's the way the game model is going anyways. You look at you look at everybody's cell phone and all their little games on there that are garbage. I mean, I wouldn't play a cell phone game. I won't download them on my phone simply for that. But those games are garbage, man, and they cost really little bit of money to make those, and they make billions of freaking dollars. So if you don't think that Sony and Microsoft and all these other subscriptions, yeah, exactly, and that's a way, for Microsoft to continue to produce quality games and put them on their service. There's nothing to debate. It's just enough. Because that is all Game Pass is. Yeah, Game Pass is a service that offers a value, especially, think about this, guys, okay? Your kids, say you got kids and they want like video games, okay? Like we all know how fast kids can like, get tired of playing one game. With Game Pass, man, I honestly recommend this to any soccer mom that's got kids that needs to buy that wants to buy their kids video games. There's just no way around it, dude. I've seen, as a store manager of Game Crazy, I have seen so many parents come in with their kids with stacks of games to trade them in and only be able to get like another game or get money towards it. And like, I mean, us as gamers, older gamers, we've all seen it before. Like, have we not? We've all seen that. We've all seen that happen in our lifetime as gamers, going in and trading in games, a whole bunch of games just to get one. Not everybody has the money to buy these new games right when they come out. And a lot of people don't buy games anymore when they come out. They wait for sales. Game Pass gives you that option to play these games day one for a low entry price of $15. Yes, they would rather you keep paying that $15 every month so that you can continue to do that. But I'm telling you, not every gamer is going to sign up for Game Pass and download every single game and play every single game on there. There's just, I don't think anybody has enough time for all of that. Does Halo have Battle Pass or microtransactions? We don't know yet. Honestly, I don't know. I didn't look at any of that, Sev. Let's see. The VR game cat. The gaming world is already full of games like this and will continue to be. So Game Pass probably will. Yes, we don't know yet, but guys, honestly, I'm kind of with Tristan on this. I could definitely see Halo Infinite multiplayer because it's free to play. Getting some size, because Tristan, the multiplayer on Halo is free to play. Like you don't need Game Pass, nor do you need gold to play that now. So if they do put microtransactions in that, like I'm kind of okay with that. If they want to put suits and stuff in that game because it is free to play, you don't even need Game Pass to play that. It has a battle pass, but it's free and not timed. All right, you already know they announced this. Oh, does it have a battle pass? I did not know that game had a battle pass. I didn't know, but it is free to play. You don't even need Game Pass, so I don't know why we're talking about Halo, honestly. But bro, all the same games are on PS4, PS5 as well. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if a game comes out that's multiplat and it's going to be on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 along with the Xbox consoles, but it goes to Game Pass, like Microsoft paying for that value for you to be able to join their service, like that's a good thing. is only making it worse, and it was already getting pretty bad. You know, Tristan, there is people that can see that, you know, that maybe developers might take, you know, less of a. I don't see that being the case. I see that I see this being more like, because okay, take a game like Descenders. Okay, Descenders was an early access type game. I bought that right when it came out. Definitely a great game. Definitely, it just got an update for Series X and S. Um, if you take a game like that, where this game was bare freaking bones when it came out, and now the support that this developers had, they've been able to. It was one guy and Mike Rose, like the developer and Mike Rose, that were basically, there was like two or three of these guys, and now they actually have a team that they were able to hire because of the success that that game has had on Game Pass. And that's just one of many. If they put these games on Game Pass, it helps them get more recognition because more people are going to play it. And then there's a lot of people like you and me that are going to have a friend that downloaded it on Game Pass, and they're going to be, oh man, you got to play this game. And then we're going to get the game. We're just going to buy it, you know, because, you know, they're basically always on sale. A lot of, because it removes the risk. Yeah, that risk of having to produce something that is safe. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Every single freaking game Sony has put out for the last 15 years has been safe. I mean, straight up safe. They do not. What happened to SOCOM? SOCOM was a niche game, man. SOCOM was one of my favorite. One of the reasons I'm a Sony freaking fan was SOCOM, and it's gone. It disappeared. Why? Because they couldn't adapt it and make it a safe game to where it would make more money. So you're saying that devs being able to do games like make SOCOM because a lot more people are going to play it on Game Pass, as opposed to Sony completely killing games because they didn't make them enough money. Like, I don't get what you're saying, bro. Like, I really don't. Ghost of Tsushima was safe. Yes, it was. Bloodborne, definitely. Bloodborne is a niche game because it's like part of the Dark Souls games, but From Software probably put, you know, a lot of that money into that game as well. So, yeah, I mean, basically, Sony, they made it for Sony as an exclusive. But yeah, dude, Ghost of Tsushima and Bloodborne were pretty safe games, man. They fit a mold of games that have been doing good recently. Little open world games, you know, like Horizon Zero Dawn did good. Sony was like, all right, go ahead. Ghost of Tsushima, yep, no problem, do it. And yes, Souls games are safe. Yeah, they are, dude. There's enough people that buy those to where, yeah, they're definitely a safe game, and they are gaining a lot of traction because older gamers like me, we grew up playing stuff like Contra and, you know, like Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Like, these games were hard, man. We got tested pretty good, you know, back in the day. So now when they're bringing back games like, you know, Dark Souls that kind of test you, yeah, Returnal was not. Yeah, it was. Returnal was an overpriced. Yeah, you know, yeah, it was. It's a Souls game, man. Basically. Good job, or good one, Toby. Yes, it was. It definitely was a safe game, man. I'm telling you, dude, I've been a Sony guy for over 25 years. The last time that Sony was making games that weren't safe was PlayStation 2. PlayStation 3, everything started to go more of a safe route. PlayStation 4 was when they really kicked off the gloves. Right after that, freaking the Order 1886 flopped, stuff started getting a lot more safe on the PlayStation. And this generation now is even going to be even safer. I mean, you look at Ratchet and Clank, okay? Ratchet and Clank is a dang good is a good game. I really like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, but it was a 10-hour game for me. A little bit over 10 hours. It was safe, dude. The world was super highly created but small. I definitely and the game was freaking beautiful. They packed a whole lot of graphics into that game, and you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, the story in Ratchet and Clank, like, I am completely satisfied with my purchase. I don't have any regrets, you know, buying that game. It was great. It was fun. Yeah, you know what? Death Stranding, it wasn't safe, but who the hell was going to tell Kojima no, he can't make what he wants to? Kojima, you know, I mean, after you get through a few hours of that, it does start to feel a little more, I mean, in my opinion, you know, closer to I like Death Stranding though, guys. I'm like the odd one, you know. The walking simulator, it was great. Walking simulator though, Sev. I enjoyed all that. I enjoyed being a mail deliverer. It was pretty cool. There was a lot more than just walking simulator. It was pretty cool. There was some can't talk sense to morons. Well, nobody's a moron here, man. Nobody's being mean to you and telling you that your opinions or your views are bad, Tristan. Nobody's wrong here. Nobody's really right. We're trying to understand. Well, I'm trying to understand why people cannot open Tristan, like I said, I was a Sony guy for 25 years, man. I love Sony games. I love Sony first party games. I will always continue to buy a PlayStation as long as they continue to make those games, but they have gotten a lot more safe over the last 15 years. They have started to follow more of a mold as opposed to branching out and doing new things. Like, yes, Ratchet and Clank did some new things that completely changed the way the loading worked on there with the SSD. Like, that's amazing. Like, the way they were able to work that in was amazing, and I give them 110% credit for that. Insomniac, they're amazing developers, but they are getting safe where Xbox, they do take a lot more. Xbox does feel like they are taking more chances sometimes. Game Pass has made me play games that Gambit. There's games on Game Pass that I never would have even freaking considered picking up, but I was able to download those on there. I'm not even gonna lie, guys. Shadow Warrior 2, I'd never even heard about it. Like, I didn't really pay it any attention. I was like, you know what, man? It's on Game Pass. I'm gonna download it. I can't wait for Shadow Warrior 3 to come out. I'm gonna pre-order it as soon as I can pre-order that game. But yeah, man, like, that is an experience that now I will buy that game day one without question because I like what I experienced with the second game. So that there is just one way that Game Pass has helped that developer gain a new customer that is going to be hyped for their newest game. Okay, let's see. I think this got way past where I was. Game Pass ensures that developers live and eat well. Yeah, while ensuring that a large number of as long as they've got somebody like, you take Minecraft, one of the most popular freaking games in the world that Microsoft owns, and they let it go, and they let the developers continue to make this game and this experience that people are still buying, man. People are going to be buying Minecraft for a very long time, and that doesn't got like the super state of the art graphics or anything. Devs have said the paycheck Microsoft gives them. Well, yeah, I mean, it would probably be equal to. Are you referring to me not playing PC? Half-Life Alyx was my favorite last gen. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to play that Half-Life Alyx as soon as it either A, comes to the new PlayStation VR, or if I decide to invest in a VR when I get my PC. I don't know. I think I am going to invest in a nice VR when I get that PC for my racing game. So I mean, basically, Tristan, like what we were saying, like Starfield, that game's coming to Game Pass day one. It looks like I do like the aesthetic of that game. I like how it's going to feel more grounded and more like to a realistic, closer to reality than fantasy. I do like that. There was something that they were talking about today. I'm not crazy about, Toby. I only want to do the. I've decided that when I get my PC, it's probably going to be mainly for racing sims. So I do want to try that with VR. I mean, the PlayStation VR for Dirt Rally and Gran Turismo was pretty terrible. I mean, it looked like really low resolution, so it was kind of hard on my eyes. But if I could get like higher resolution that looks closer to what I'm looking at on the TV screen, I would be happy with that. I would definitely probably be pretty happy with that. I mean, all these games that are coming to Game Pass day one: Stalker, Stalker 2, Starfield, Back for Blood, Psychonauts 2, Doom Eternal, you know, everything that they announced, but except for, I mean, dude, A Plague Tale 2 is going straight to Game Pass. That's freaking amazing. Why am I not getting these messages on here? I feel like I'm getting. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm not crazy about VR. Trusting the game can't. Gosh, sorry. This thing is. I don't understand why I'm not seeing everything show up. Yeah, I mean, if it's a good game, that's all great and good, man. But PC gamers don't usually go cheerleading for Microsoft or PlayStation. I don't think, honestly, guys, I don't think we should cheerlead for any of these freaking companies. Period. Yeah, Microsoft is doing a lot of good things. You know, that are. Plague One was an amazing game. Yeah, you know what, Toby? That is one of my. It's definitely in my top 10 games for last generation. I don't know why, but I freaking love that game. I was able to play through it, and it was great. You think Returnal and Godfall are quality games? No, those are freaking garbage, man. And now Godfall is coming to your PlayStation 4. So, I mean, guess I didn't need the power of the PlayStation 5 to play that garbage. I'll praise any platform that makes great games, not a garbage rental service. You know, I guess, I mean, I don't love every single PlayStation game. I mean, they've got some whoppers out there too, man. You know, the Order 1886, what was that? 6 hours, and there was like basically no gameplay. It was basically just a story game, like literally. Godfall was so dumb, dude. I played that game for like 20 minutes and I never want to play it again. Returnal is quality. You know, Returnal gameplay is quality. Like, it feels pretty good, but the the fact that game's not balanced and the visuals are not exactly what I was expecting to see from a next gen Sony first party $70 game. I don't know. I mean, like, that kind of threw me off a little bit. Your PlayStation fanboy who happens to own a gaming PC and is apparent to anyone in this chat right now. Like, I mean, PlayStation makes good games, but yeah, Returnal is a AA game at best. I own 2 Switches, one for each one of my kids. They rarely ever let me play them, and a Quest and a PSVR. Nothing to do with the hardware. It's just the games that matter. Yeah, the Outer World is way. Yeah, the Outer World was a good game. I don't know, Tristan. Do you even have an Xbox, man, or do you play any of the first party games on your PC? Well, do you have you played any of Microsoft's recent recent games at all? Any of the games that they've come out? Because it's not Microsoft. Well, Xbox. I mean, every Xbox developer, they do make good games, man. They do put, like, Gears 5 is a freaking pretty good game, man. I have been pretty satisfied with a lot of the stuff I've gotten from Xbox first party over the last few years since I started buying them. Those Forza Horizon games are freaking amazing, man. Like, they're amazing. Point of Game Pass is to trick customers into eating up microtransactions and lowering development costs. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because I mean, Tristan, if all them games do come to Game Pass and they start packing them with a whole bunch of microtransactions and stuff, and like your gosh dang it, your prophecy comes to pass, I'll be right there next to you on this channel complaining about it and making a big deal about it. But to my knowledge, from what I've seen right now, I haven't seen that. I have not seen that come to pass. Founded claims like they're fact, then you could just you can cancel. That's the thing, man. You could literally buy Game Pass for $15 every 6 months and play everything that's on freaking Game Pass within a month. Like, I don't get why people are so against it. Even if they do put a whole bunch of games on there with microtransactions, I mean, dude, how many games do you got on your phone, Tristan? Because those games I feel are complete crap and completely full of microtransactions. Games will still be quality. Double AA. I don't think it was worth 70 if that helps. No, see, that's exactly what I said in my review about Returnal. I said this is a good $50 game that feels unbalanced at the moment. I wasn't mean to it. I that's what I felt when I reviewed that game, when I played it, mainly because Gears 5 was so bad. No, I actually liked Gears 5. I tried Game Pass on PC for a month, canceled it after that. Oh, you didn't like Gears 5? Did you finish the game, or did you just play it for a little while and were like, yeah, this ain't for me? Because I'm going to be honest, dude, I don't love the shooting of Gears 5, but the Gears 5 story was good enough to where it was like, okay, this, it's not bad. I mean, it was definitely a good game, but I'm not in love with the shooting of the Gears series by any means. Tristan, simple question: what game in Game Pass has microtransactions? You can literally get Game Pass for $15, beat Halo Infinite, and cancel your studio. You can you can get your Game Pass for a month, Soulstar, play everything that's on the catalog, Microsoft first party within that month, and then cancel it. Wait 6 months for them to fill it back up again, and then do the same thing over and over again. I don't see, like, there's nothing wrong with a Game Pass subscription compared to older games. It pales in comparison. Like the older Gears games. I'll give you Forza. I bought Forza's a freaking amazing. Forza Horizon, man, is an amazing game. I play a set of Corsa Competizione now for my track racing. It feels far better than any other racing game out there. I will give Forza Motorsport a chance when it comes out, because they are supposed to be doing like a new tire model, and they'll probably support it for a long time. But Set of Corsa Competizione will probably have its next gen patch by then, and I don't know, man. The sky's the limit with that. Anyone here can answer this question: what game in Game Pass has microtransactions? Are we talking about first party games, Sev? I work in retail, had a discount. Oh, I see. Before Game Pass was a thing, exactly. Microtransactions existed before Game Pass. Guys, I do kind of get Tristan's point about, what if they start putting a whole bunch of microtransactions in there? The good thing, Tristan, right now is that they only sell Game Pass in 1 and 3 month 3-month packs. I think I haven't been able to find a year or 6 month subscription. So, I mean, if you're paying monthly for it, the first month they start packing all that in there, you just be done. Well, rumor is Fable and Halo are going to be monetized. If that happens, then will you admit I was right? Yeah, of course, dude. If they put microtransactions in Halo, the single player campaign, and a single player campaign for Fable, depending on what that is, if it's not as egregious as like Ubisoft games, yeah, I don't know. I mean, not a single game on my mobile for that reason. Exactly, dude. I don't play mobile games, man. They're just ridiculous. But all these game companies are putting microtransactions in there. And if you're a grown man, don't buy them, dude. If you don't, like, if I buy a game and they put a microtransaction in there and I'm enjoying the game enough and I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cool outfit, I might want to buy that. Like, my biggest thing is I'm sick and tired of paying $20 for freaking outfits, dude. That shit's ridiculous. I mean, $5, yeah, that's a fair price, but I mean, because they gave me a whole freaking game created for $60, and then they want to sell me an outfit for $20. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, I hope these people support the devs. Don't buy used games. I sincerely hope not. Yeah, I mean, in a way, Game Pass is just trying to break down that barrier to digital games, to destruction effort. What if Sony decides to raise the price of games to $80? We could play what we want all day. It is pointless. Yeah, I mean, dude, Microsoft or Sony raising the price $10. I mean, I'm not completely against it, but I am completely against it at the same time. I mean, I don't know. I understand. I know that PlayStation's going to put out a curated package, that's going to be worth that $70 or whatever. But then they open the door for other developers to put out Cyberpunk 2077s for $70. And then we're paying $10 more to play a game that by the time it gets all patched and fixed, they'll turn around and drop it to half price anyways. So I think you all forget publishers will exploit anything that's exploitable. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, PlayStation is no different, dude. PlayStation is just as capable of exploiting money. And like, when you don't understand, Tristan, when I was the manager of that Game Crazy, bro, like, my Sony rep was far more generous than the Microsoft rep, dude. If I was pushing their products and like saying good things about Sony and stuff, dude, they were freaking generous, bro. They would give me free games. I would get, well, back then we didn't get like codes that we could put in our systems and play like code or anything. They'd give you a disc, bro. They would give you a disc that you could put in your PlayStation or your PlayStation 2 at the time and play games that hadn't even come out, dude. I played more games before they came out than I can count, bro. I mean, I had access to SOCOM 2 before the public even knew SOCOM 2 existed, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, them Sony reps are, they're far more generous to people that say nice things about their games. I'm pretty sure this channel will never get a free code from Sony just because I'm not going to kiss their butt, dude. I'm not going to, oh yeah, that's great, man. I'm not going to be all nice and everything. Like, I want to bring my subscribers fair, like good information that's going to help them make an educated choice. I'm not going to spoil their game for them, but I'm going to give them, a rundown about how I did it. I'm working on changing up my method a little bit because I don't know. But yeah, you guys don't understand how generous these game companies can be if you're pushing their products or saying, giving them good review after good review after good review. That's just the way the media works, man. The media, I mean, dude, the media is so screwed up in this country. It's not even funny right now, man. Prevents crossplay. Yeah, exactly, dude. Sony is, I literally just said Returnal wasn't worth $70. I paid $50 because that's what I think it was worth. We decide what we will pay and just wait till it's that price. Yeah, but I mean, you're right, Sev. I meant Tristan. You're definitely right about the whole wait and speaking with your wallet. Like that I highly recommend that. If you are unsure of a game that you want to play, wait until it's in a price range that you're comfortable with. But to come right out and say that, oh man, Game Pass is not a value, that's ridiculous, man. There are so many games on Game Pass, first, third, and indie that more than make up for 15. Dude, I've spent $15 on stupid games that I will never freaking play again. $15 a month for me to throw it a subscription to try whatever I want. Like, that's not a big deal to me. Some people, yeah, dude, they might have a problem like forking over that $15, but oh man, that Game Pass is actually a pretty. I mean, dude, Dirt 5, I paid $85 freaking dollars for that game. $85. And then a few months later, they put it on Game Pass. A few months later, that paid for almost half. That price of Dirt 5 would have paid for half of my Game Pass subscription for a year if I'd have just waited a couple months and downloaded that. More third-party games. Yeah, exactly. Dude, we're getting Dark Alliance here in a couple days on Game Pass. Third-party game, not a Microsoft game. That's coming. I don't know. I don't think that I don't think Diablo 2 was one of the games that were coming to that. They announced 30 games and only 27 of them were coming to Game Pass. So, A Plague Tale, that's a third-party game. That one's coming straight to Game Pass. Shredders, that's a third-party game. That one's coming straight to Game Pass. You got Hades, straight to Game Pass the day it launches. Like that is an amazing value. Back for Blood, third-party game coming straight to Game Pass day one. All of those games right there are more than enough to cover your $180 a year thing. And say Back for Blood comes out, dude, and it sucks. You don't want that game. If you bought that game full price and took it back to GameStop, they're going to give you half price for it. You already lost $30 just taking that game back. That's why I feel like Game Pass is such an amazing value, because you get to download 27 freaking games between now and the end of next year. 27 games, both first party and third party, for $180. Well, from June till June, I don't know if that's the exact. I don't know, because a couple of these look like they're coming out. Well, Redfall is coming out summer of 2022. Starfield was at the end of the year, so 180, 100 and so a little over $200. If you go from now until November, you're going to be like at a little over 200, like $250, $250 for that subscription until Starfield comes out. So in that time, you're going to have 30 games, because none of these were announced for after 2022. They were all 2022 from now until the end of 2022. Can't pay $70 for every game. Yeah, dude, paying $70 for a game, that really just having that extra $10 on there, it's kind of psychological at first, you know. Like I'm sure we'll get over it, but when you look at the price, okay, I beat Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I paid $85 for that game. I bought the deluxe edition. It took me 10 and a half hours to beat that game. I got 10 and a half hours of gameplay out of that game for $85. That would have paid for half of my annual Game Pass subscription. And within the next 6 months, I will have had Shredders on Game Pass. I will have had Forza Horizon 5 on Game Pass. I will have had Hades on Game Pass, Halo Infinite on Game Pass. I already own Doom Eternal, so I would have Psychonauts 2 on Game Pass, Back for Blood on Game Pass, Stalker 2. No, that was coming out next year. Okay, so just those games right there that I just named, for the same price as buying that one game on Sony, I get to play all those games. I get to play them all. Even if I don't like them, if they take me 10 hours, whatever, I get to play every single one of them games for the cost of one PlayStation game that I bought. Wasn't the value. The value is there. Okay, the value is there. Okay, well, you know, Tristan, I think you're being a little hyperbolic about it, though, in a sense that, like, none of the things that you're saying have come to pass. So wait until they do come to pass, and then I'll be right there with you, calling them out for it, man. I will cancel my Game Pass subscription the day they start doing all the negative things that you say they're going to do. As long as the games that they put on there, the microtransactions, if they really put out just a bunch of garbage with microtransactions, yeah, dude, I'm right there with you. Like, I'll cancel that Game Pass faster. And honestly, I'll make you a deal. If they start doing all that, I'll sell my Xbox, I'll cancel my Game Pass, and then I will buy a PC and I will just be done with it. What's Sony's next gen only game? It is the Ratchet and Clank right now, Juan. That one is only next gen, I believe. I bet they could find a way to make it work on PlayStation 4, but it would definitely be a toned down experience, and the way they would have to do the loading sections for. I mean, it is all scripted. The big jumps that they showed you in the and that's the only time it does that. Those big jumps that they show you, yeah, that was all pretty scripted. So I'm pretty sure they could find a way to load that on last gen hardware, but the loading time would probably be a little bit faster than instant. Let's see. They want more software sales because devs cost. are extremely high to only sell it on PlayStation. Yeah, I mean, if Soulstar, I feel like if they're paying $100 million, what's up, games? If they're paying $100 million to create these games, what's another $5 million to put it on last gen? Sorry, I just got here. Why would you sell your Xbox and cancel? Oh, if what Tristan is saying, if they put a whole bunch of like just microtransaction filled, games on Game Pass, Microsoft first party, then yeah, dude, if they started going like the phone route, like where all the games are just garbage, yeah, I would just sell my Xbox and buy a PC, man. I would just be done, with the Xbox ecosystem. I mainly do a lot more third-party games on my Xbox now than I used to. I used to buy them all on PlayStation, but that's probably the biggest thing that's changed since I got my Xbox One X. Is I do buy a lot more games on the Xbox now than I do on the PlayStation. PlayStation's basically lost that third-party support from me for the most part. Well, game quality dropping has come to pass. You know what? Honestly, Tristan, though, I feel like the game quality of Microsoft games has actually gotten better. So I don't agree with you there. I do feel like I did like Gears 5. I don't like the way the shooting feels, but I do like the game. I do like the way it looks, and I do like the way it plays. Forza Horizon games are freaking amazing, dude. They rival anything on PlayStation visually. I mean, that new Forza Horizon 5 trailer, that thing was beautiful, dude. It looked great. Halo 5 or Halo Infinite, I do like the new visuals of the game. I mean, I already thought it looked pretty good. So I feel like the quality of their games is getting better. They're still supporting Forza Horizon 4 with new content. I bought, what was it? Need for Speed Heat for the same price, and they dropped that game after 6 months, man. They won't even look at it now. But they are still supporting Forza Horizon 4 to this day. PC, the way forward, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to have a PC, but I'm going to be using that mainly for my sim racing games. Yeah, I don't know how to say that. Verxest. I believe since I've been following Microsoft a little more closely, I do think that they are winning hearts and minds with the way they're doing things now, and they are showing. Dude, with Microsoft, you got to understand Microsoft's like company motto is about things, and with the full support of Microsoft behind Xbox, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be different, dude. Sony's going to have some real competition. I don't think they know what they're up against. But we have seen Sony put Nintendo in its place, put Sega out of the console making business. I mean, Sega did most of that themselves, but we've seen stuff like Atari, like they don't even try to make consoles anymore. Well, that one they just made or whatever, but we don't see other people in the console market trying to make things because Sony has basically run a lot of them out. What's that say? I'm not a PlayStation fanboy. I'm a gaming fan. That's it. Don't trust or support Game Pass. That's all. And that's all Xbox focus on. Tristan, if all they got to do is focus on Game Pass and their marketing, that saves them. The Microsoft can actually be more honest when it comes to stuff, because while PlayStation's out there buying good reviews, buying 90s on the reviews, Xbox is like, hey man, we're going to put it on Game Pass. We don't really care what it scores now. I mean, you're either going to like it or you're not. I mean, we're taking chances. So in a way, I don't agree with that. I feel like you could trust. I feel like you could trust Game Pass more than you can trust that $70 price tag. Buying that game digital, $70 price tag. Yeah, exactly, dude. Game Pass. If I didn't still buy all my games like a retard because I like to buy my games still, I could have saved a ton of money on Game Pass. I think I'm well over $2,000 that I could have saved on Game Pass. I think I own about 60 of the games that are on Game Pass right now. Game Pass is good for devs because devs don't have to worry about their game succeeding in order. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure Xbox, just to get those games on Game Pass, is probably covering development cost, at least making them so they're not going out shipping their game in the hole. You know what I mean? Like and it takes care of a lot of that marketing budget for them too, because they're like, hey guys, it's on Game Pass. So yeah, dude, they just let Game Pass do all the marketing, which is a good thing. I think if they focus on that and getting that subscriber base, because a lot of the games on Game Pass are, kind of older games, but they are definitely adding new stuff. I mean, I bought the MLB The Show when I could have just downloaded it on Game Pass, but I wanted to have content out on that game. And I usually buy one every 3 years or so it wasn't that big of a deal. This guy is 2070 and i9. How come all these other ones aren't coming out as fast? It's a matter of time until Game Pass rises. Yeah, Sergio, I can kind of see that possibly. I could see that possibly coming to pass. Like the price going up. Like five or six. Like I could see it eventually going to about $20, and then completely getting rid of gold. To tell you the truth, like I could see them just completely getting rid of that and making it $20, or two tiers, like $15 and $20. With the $20 pack, you get access to EA Play and Ubisoft, the Ubisoft one, Ubisoft Plus, when they put that out. I could see that being like a higher tier package, but I would think they would have to get rid of gold, just completely get rid of gold to do that. Game Pass is a gift to the third world. We love the concept. Returnal in some places of South America is half a person's 1 month salary. Yeah, exactly, man. Like some people just can't afford to pay $70 for a meh game like Returnal, dude. Like that game was, it was a $50 game at best, man. As long as they add true value to make the price worth it. Yeah. With this list that Microsoft gave us yesterday at the E3 show, that they have more than shown us that the value is there. I mean, just with Back 4 Blood, dude, that's like half your subscription right there. Halo Infinite, A Plague Tale, like these games are worth the money. I used to have a 2070 Super, still my old PC, but that's the stream now. Okay, in Canada, games can cost over $100. Yeah, exactly. Canada, like everywhere else, Americans have got it pretty easy when it comes to games, dude. And we usually get sales pretty quick at like Walmart, and you can always find somebody to buy it, secondhand. I can see a future where most parents will give Game Pass to their kids instead of buying. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like Xbox Series S and Game Pass was invented for the kid. No Man's Sky VR locked 72 FPS on my Quest. Highest Quest offers could probably go further. Oh, doesn't bottleneck a 99. Probably 90% of Game Pass games will come from third parties and also appear on PlayStation at full price. I'm pretty sure Verx that Microsoft with all the companies they bought now could probably, like they were saying, like Phil and Satya Nadella were saying, that they're going to be able to push one every quarter. So if you're getting a first party game every quarter, even that $180 for four first party games is not even a bad deal. If that's all you were going to play is Microsoft first party, that is what I'm thinking. I love it, man. Honestly, I'm in Canada. I don't have $90 to drop on trying games. Exactly, man. That's just, man, you get to try so many freaking games. And if you don't like them, you can just, yeah, dude, if you don't like the game, you can delete it off your, I mean, that does suck that you do have to have good internet and it has to be fast enough to download these games. And you have to have, I mean, like I pay the extra money for the unlimited internet, so it doesn't matter. But gosh, dude, my internet bill is like $400 a month with all my cable and my phone and my security and all that stuff. It's like $400 a month, man. So yeah, it seems like a big bottleneck. I ain't paying $70 for Returnal. LOL, God of War or Horizon, sure, but not Returnal. Yeah, exactly. God of War is a trusted name. I will pay the full price for that no matter what. Ratchet and Clank was a trusted name. I've always enjoyed their games, but this one here was by far the best I've played out of the whole series. Todd Howard said, yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm happy about, Juan. Like, I'm so happy that it's going to be kind of more grounded and more like, and more like reality based is what I think they were saying. That makes me happy. Like, I want that. I want something like that that's more like reality based and stuff. Something more like Star Trek or whatever. You know, the like not just like over the top aliens, but like stuff that was probably possible. That's going to be pretty cool. When you have specs in that range, you can shit on the console all you want. Till then, I don't see why you even bother. Yeah, I got stuck with the damn 3070 because it's all I could find with my new build. Just waiting on that sweet spot 3090 Ti to drop something. Yeah, right. You ain't never getting no 3090. Yeah, right. I mean, they're probably not even making those. Series S is perfect for me. Yeah, dude. Series S is an amazing freaking game, especially if you're a PlayStation 5 owner. You buy yourself a Series S and you pay for that freaking Game Pass, you're set, man. You don't never have to pay for any Microsoft game. You just continue your subscription. If you don't want it 1 month, you cancel the subscription and you get it back when you want it. It's as simple as that. I hope it's not a sports car. Those people tend to be a nuisance. Oh yeah. A new Peugeot 208. Nice. I like Peugeot. I use those a lot in racing games. Well, in isn't no that's Citroen. Citroens. Evan's mad specs, man, awesome. It's a no brainer. First party, third party games on Game Pass like Outriders and baseball. Game on Game Pass and full price. Yeah, dude. That I don't see how Sony does not eventually like come full circle and offer something, even if it's hey, we'll put our first party, we'll put our first party games on there a couple months later on PS Plus. I mean, that would be enough for me to recommend you buying PS Plus, because yeah, you don't get to play them day one, but 2 months later you get to play these amazing games. So, and you're not out a whole bunch of money. But I'm a developer, so I need a beefy PC to do my job on the games. So also a win-win. Yep. When I'm at university and busy for long periods of time, I can always come back and receive new games on Game Pass without doing anything. Yeah, exactly. You just play all those whatever you want. I never had an Xbox or played Forza yesterday. I was shocked. Man, get yourself a freaking an Xbox Series S and buy that Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, dude, I guarantee you will never play another Need for Speed game again. You might play another Need for Speed game, but only a couple more, because you'll get sick of being burned every 6 months or every time they release one of those crap games and don't support them. Well, that's my PC. I'm actually on my iPhone right now. The more GPU power you have, the less time it takes to render. Yeah. These guys, games always look better at the end of a generation. So if you look now at the games that are going to be coming out and the games that they've showed, they look pretty good. I mean, obviously they look better than last generation games, but by the end of this generation, the games are going to even look way better. As soon as they figure out how to use stuff like Fidelity FX and Microsoft, I mean, Fidelity FX is going to be on PlayStation 5 and everything else. DirectML, that's what we really want to see from Microsoft. They have put money into silicone to actually in the hardware to run Microsoft DirectML, machine learning, which is, both Xboxes Series S and X are going to be able to take full advantage of this. So what they showed us back at that one E3 or that developers conference with how they had Forza Horizon 3 running at 4K with DirectML was freaking amazing. Gran Turismo 7 is cross-gen, while the next Horizon Motorsport, Forza Horizon 5 will be cross-gen game. Forza Motorsport will not be. Also, I'm still currently more than 3 years after the 4. I wouldn't say it's rushed or bad looking by any means. Still in the Game Pass on the first day. Wasn't there something else? Okay, right there. A lot of 120 FPS games. Also, I'm still currently working on an engine and bug fixes for Chivalry 2. Thanks for breaking the game, Andrew. No, yeah, no problem, man. That freaking game is so amazing. And I just read something today that they're actually still going to be updating that game and bringing more content to it. Yeah, dude, I'm freaking happy. And it's free. So, yeah, dude, I mean, that's one of those games that, yeah, I love that. That freaking Chivalry 2, as soon as all this E3 stuff is over, man, I'm gonna be definitely digging really deep into that game. I'm so happy I decided to buy that game. Yes, I do. Yeah, 3D rendering tech scenes in Blender and Maya. My old laptop was a nightmare. Hey, don't feel bad. The laptop I got right now has only got an NVIDIA MX350, so best I could get is 3 or 1080p with like potato visuals. I bet. Severin, I bet Forza does look good on that rig. That game looked stunning on a 2070 VR mode. You know something about the new IP Contraband? No, nobody knows anything about that. All I know is Avalanche is probably doing the open world for it, and recent games Avalanche has done is Just Cause 4 and Rage 2 are both, those open worlds were both created by Avalanche. So if you want something to look at, like something, that's probably where they're going with that open world. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of okay with Rage 2, but I want higher resolution in that game. I wish they would do a next gen update for it. Are you a dev for Chivalry 2? Sorry if I'm reading this wrong. LOL. $100 for this game is a bit much, man. Yeah, I love the beta. Contraband is a high open world. Gamepass on Nintendo. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to read some of these comments. That Contraband is a high open world. Gamepass on Nintendo is the next milestone. Hopefully, we find out about the new Nintendo Switch, Super Nintendo Switch Pro tomorrow. Worked on the engine and some character models. Yes. Yeah. Contraband could be a GTA type game. I mean, that would be all right if it was a GTA type game. Man, I paid more for the collector's editions. Huh? If it's worth the money, I'd pay it. Just wish Forza had VR. Yeah, I don't see Forza getting VR until Microsoft puts out a VR, though. So, I mean, eventually it might happen. But I'm not a member of the Torn Banner Studios, just independently contracted. Oh, okay. Great game. I think it probably won't have as many systems as GTA. Soulstar, glad you enjoyed it, man. But stop breaking the games. My salary is too low for that. Yeah. I haven't, you know what, Seb? I haven't really ran into any bugs why I've been playing it. And I've been trying to get on it at least once every day. I hope Xbox do a VR headset. Yeah, that would be pretty freaking cool if they did, or at least made it so that you could use like an Oculus Rift or something on your Xbox Series X. That would be cool. Like I would be okay with that. Yeah, definitely no GTA long. LOL. Game Pass on Nintendo or some kind of a collaboration. What was Phil Spencer doing in Japan? He was probably hanging out with Nintendo. I don't care about Switch Pro. Scalpers will buy 3 or 4. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'll try to order one, from a couple places. If I don't get one, it is what it is. I'll wait till I can, but I'm pretty sure like I'll be able to get one. Most of the bugs are in the siege modes. And those are the only bugs. Those are the only modes I play. Oddly enough, the towers, ballista, and moving objects. Yeah, that's weird. Mad Max was pretty good by Avalanche. Oh yes, I forgot Mad Max. Yeah, they did that world too. Underrated, not outstanding, but was good. Yeah, I played through about half of that game and just kind of ran out of steam on it. I was like, ugh, the world was just too bland for me. Way too bland. I mean, if it got an update for next gen and like some better visuals, I'd probably continue to play it. But as soon as I got a next gen console to where the visuals, came undone on that, I couldn't play it no more. Thoughts on Jack Sparrow? Yeah, that's actually kind of cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That's pretty cool. The combat is fine, but the mounted combat, the ballistas, and the siege towers have. Oh yeah, see, I haven't even tried to play with any of that, man. I'm all about my sword. Did you download the Tunic and Sable demos, Tunic and Sable demos on Xbox. Oh no, I have not. I have not downloaded those. The one I did download is that new one from Squaresoft and Team Ninja. I downloaded that on my PlayStation 5. I'm probably gonna check that out after we're done here, and then I might actually download Tunic and some of those other things. Tunic. Let me write that down real quick so I don't forget that Fox game. All right. I love you guys, but you make my job harder than it should be looking to break games. So indie coders like me have to go and keep you from attaining godhood. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is that on console, Sev? Because I don't know. The consoles, the Xbox Series X seems pretty legit. Like it seems like it's working pretty good. Yeah, I know what Tunic is. I just haven't downloaded it yet. And Sable looks nice visually too. Yeah, let me write that one down. Sable. I saw these, but I just, guys, one thing that I was gonna say, like I put out my thoughts on the Xbox show. I think the thing that I missed that probably kind of put my feelings off a little bit was we didn't get any announcements for FPS boost. We didn't get any kind of news like that or any kind of hype, but that's all stuff that Microsoft can just throw at us every week, like they have been doing. So when it comes to this list right here that they gave us, the 30 games, that was them outlining till the end of next year. So, and 27 of those games coming straight to Game Pass is actually pretty freaking amazing. So the game has some issues right now and some exploits people are abusing at the moment. Well, yeah, I haven't really seen anything. I pre-downloaded Ascent from Game Pass. Yeah, I'm gonna download that closer to the. I usually wait like a week out before they come on because, if you download it right now, it's either like 200 megabytes, or if you download or if it does download the whole game, they usually do like another update right close to it. Then you got to download it twice basically. Is the game in general? The game has some issues right now. Okay, so especially the out of bounds exploits are going on right now, like the map clipping. Okay, I haven't seen any of that. I usually just stay where I'm supposed to. The only PS exclusive that is really worth on console is Dreams. Yeah, I have that. I bought Dreams when it came out. Is there any plans to launch something like this in Xbox? Nintendo has garbage game creator. No, I don't think Xbox is going to be doing anything like that. To tell you the truth, well, they do have Roblox. You could play Roblox on Xbox. It's not available on PlayStation. Yeah, I was bummed to hear about a few things at E3, but kind of got to put your expectations aside. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I just got home. I'm not for. All right, see you games, man. You have fun. Sorry, guys, I'm putting these on here so I can read them. I'm sure Xbox wants to spread out announcements. Yeah, that would be smarter if they did do that, because then they could just keep coming with the hype all the time. From here on out, I think this will be Xbox weakest year compared to what's coming in the future, and that's crazy to think about. Yep, that's very true, because everything forward is going to be an amazing thing. What's up, Almighty Justin? Welcome to the stream, man. Let's see. If you want to learn to code a game, I recommend Unity. It's a free engine anyone can use to code a game, and you can make a fun second or third game in that engine. Nice. And it's free and easy to use and has all the tools necessary for the job. I'm just not really that into the Unity visuals. I mean, some games have looked all right, like Ori and the Will of the Wisp looks freaking amazing. So you guys like the little banner on the bottom of the screen? Is that pretty cool or what? 7. Have you tried Unreal Engine 5 yet? If so, opinion. Yeah, like I've seen a lot of people playing around with that freaking Unreal Engine 5 and stuff. I mean, that looks pretty cool. I can't wait for them to start using this technology, but yeah, dude, I want to hear from like a developer like what they really think about it. Sorry, next state of play predictions. Oh, Sony next state. Yeah, I don't know. Herman Hulse basically said they weren't doing anything for the rest of the year. We'll probably get Horizon Zero Dawn. It's been over 7 months. They still haven't updated my SSD slot, so yeah, I don't know. I just finished their last one, the Ratchet and Clank. So my PlayStation's probably going to sit there until Horizon comes out. So hopefully soon. And the Square Enix show didn't show anything more about Final Fantasy 16. They basically just showed you a bunch of phone games and some more garbage. I do kind of like the way that Guardians of the Galaxy looked, but I don't know. I mean, if it comes to Game Pass, maybe. But I don't know if I'm going to pay full price for it. I was thinking about it, but after watching that again, yeah, I don't know. Physics, lighting, illumination, bloom. What do you mean? Mostly, how does the lighting solution compare to ray tracing? Is it essentially the same, or are they doing something different? Sorry, guys, I fell behind on putting those on there. Kojima shared the Starfield poster on Twitter. Do you think he's part of it? I hope so. I really hope so. That would be amazing. That would definitely be cool. If Kojima had something to do with that, if they were partnering with him, yeah, that would be pretty cool. I could see him getting on board and like really, really taking that freaking project, and that would be the coolest collaboration I have ever. Yeah, dude, Bethesda and Kojima working on a game together would be pretty freaking amazing. Oh, well, the lighting solution is ray tracing, actually. And the volumetrics of the lighting, like for instance, God rays, etc. Oh. UE5 Lumen and Nanite is revolutionary in how graphics are. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, that the UE5 stuff, like Lumen and Nanite will definitely work on last generation consoles, though. I'm not so sure about the Lumen because it is ray tracing, but if they could use that Nanite on last gen consoles, then those consoles can come with us a little bit farther into the future as well. I figured it was the same. It looked like the output was so similar, but the way they talk about it makes me so sure. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that. The time space, real time reflections of lighting, and that engine is insane. I have my doubts on the console taking full advantage. Oh yeah, dude, they were saying that that's like 1080p or 1080p 30 frames a second, with the way that nanite or lumen, what the hell is that called again? Lumen, yeah, the way Lumen would work on the console. Those amazing fellers over there at Digital Foundry were talking about it. Oh man. What's on my game backlog right now? Oh man, you don't even want to know, dude. I've got I've got a lot on there. It's so bad, it's pathetic. I've got on my Xbox, I have over 320 games, and on my PlayStation's like 260 games. That, yeah, I'm trying to get to some of these, but all these new games that are coming out, and I've been trying to review them and stuff. So I'm going to probably keep playing Chivalry 2 a lot. So that's going to stay there. Yeah, dude, so many games have go to the backlog. It's pretty bad. It is pretty bad. I would say there's at least 20 games in my backlog right now that I actively want to play, but they're sitting there tempting me all the time. That I'll turn on, and if I'm not in the mood, like Demon Souls is in my backlog right now. Like I'm trying to get to that, but I can't never seem to get in the mood to play it longer than get to the boss, die, and rage quit. So that Demon Souls is just set up differently. It feels like from Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all of that. It's almost like you got to get through a section to get to the boss, and then if you don't beat him, you go back to the beginning of the section. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. It's embarrassing, but I am at the Shield Knight. Like I get to him, hey, Game Punisher, how's it going, man? I get to him, he whooped me, and then I rage quit, and then I'm gonna have to go back to that. Xbox E3 wasn't 10 of 10. It was their best. Yeah, I think honestly, I do kind of think the Xbox show was pretty good. I think I gave it an 8.5 or an 8 yesterday, and that was me just being facetious because they didn't show me any like FPS boost or any of the stuff that I was hoping we were going to see. But they literally showed us 30 games that are coming out before the end of next year. So I'm kind of, wavering, to changing that to make it at least a little more fair to represent that. Yeah. Any console fanboy saying UE5 is only possible on a console. Oh yeah, those guys are dumb. Those guys are freaking dumb. If they're saying that that's only going to work on a console, those guys are dumb. Xbox E3 was okay. Well, upscaling is necessary. Yes, definitely is going to be necessary. I don't have any problem with that. I want the reason why I talk a lot about 4K, guys, is because a 1080p image on my 4K TV just doesn't look good if unless I'm sitting 8 feet across the room. But I sit a couple feet away from it, so it has to be convincing on a 4K TV. If they use upscaling, whatever, the only thing I don't like about checkerboarding is how it makes the hair look kind of fuzzy and stuff. I mean, that's it. But upscaling's fine. Why are my comments popping up on screen? Oh, because I'm putting them on there so I can keep track of what's going on, Seb. I'm sorry, I won't do that no more to you. I will just put Game Punisher on there from now on. There you go. 27 out of 30 games on Day Pass. Yes, sir. That is amazing. The value of Game Pass for the next year is in the bag, man. You're getting at least one game every month for the next year and a half on Game Pass that is more than $15. So you're set. There's your value. Bloodborne on PS4 is annoying with the load of times and unstable frame rate. Yes, they should definitely upgrade Bloodborne to the next-gen consoles or to the PlayStation 5. I'm surprised by how much DLSS works out. Just enabling 4K. Yeah. See, I mean, if they get like this DirectML and everything working pretty good on next-gen consoles, yeah, dude, it's going to be amazing. We're going to get to eat our cake and we're going to get to have our cake and eat it too, man. It's going to be awesome. Fanboys Anonymous. Did I check in? And yes, you did, Sergio. This is just where we all like I encourage fanboys, to come and chat with us because it's kind of fun to get a perspective, and like we all get to like talk our things out, because when I was a PlayStation fanboy for over 25 years, I never gave Xbox a chance. I never gave Xbox's games a chance. I just didn't care. Sorry, Toby, I'm leaving your thing on there for a minute because that's actually a pretty good thing to have on there. But like I never gave Xbox a chance, and now that I've moved away from that whole fanboy attitude and stuff, I wanted to kind of create like a little thing that people could come and that people could come and like be able to like say how they really feel, like call out both consoles, man. If you don't like something Xbox is doing, call them out. If you don't like something PlayStation's doing, call them out. Me personally, I feel like PlayStation is going a safe route with all of their games. I feel like I've been feeling like that for a while now. That's fine. I just didn't know what was going on. Okay, those 25 games in development better come fast. Yeah, they better come way fast. Sony real profits are in those third-party sales for now. They lost me to Game Pass. Yeah, I used to buy all my games, all my third-party games on PlayStation. That is no longer the. I appreciate you calling out the more that more games will come out for PS4, countering the generation statement even more. Oh yeah, dude. More games coming to PlayStation 4. I'm not completely against it, but PlayStation does need to take some heat for that because they've been kicking Xbox. Everybody's been kicking Xbox since the beginning of this generation for saying that, hey man, we're still going to support last gen consoles. Yeah, dude, so people need to start kicking PlayStation, and at least holding them accountable and at least saying something about it because like I'm not against it. I do think the PlayStation 4 players should have those, but those experiences are going to have to be cut back to some extent to be able to run on. I honestly believe after playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart that they could find a way to make that work on PlayStation 4. I do believe that is possible. Everything, all that fast traveling stuff was scripted, so I'm sure they could find a way. E3, yeah, dude. I was disappointed with Ubisoft. I was disappointed with SquareSoft, Capcom. I mean, yeah, everything was basically just a complete waste of freaking time. This E3 for the most part. Nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody's still, all these companies like in Japan and around the world and stuff are still, some of them are still in lockdown. We believe in generations. Yeah, generations of money, dude. They believe in all their generations still, Toby. They believe in PlayStation 4. They believe they can milk more money out of that cow, so they will do it. For now, Xbox has more next gen games in development. That is very true. Well, I don't know. I would say they're about. I would say, yeah, because a lot of them games that PlayStation touted as 25 are probably 15 of them are still coming to PlayStation 4. Don't be surprised if that Demon Souls comes. Yeah, dude, I already called that the other day, dude. Demon Souls is definitely coming to freaking PlayStation 4. There's no reason that game won't run on a PlayStation 4. It will. Like, it's going to have longer loading times, but it will run. Toned down visuals. I know they can get it at 1440p, 30 frames a second, running on a PlayStation 4 Pro. No problem. I'm happy with Starfield. Yeah, I'm definitely happy that Starfield's going next gen, and I think that we might still get that blood, that Redfall as a cross gen. I mean that could be possible, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think that both companies should kind of move away from last gen, but I don't know if that's going to be the case anytime soon. As long as they're still having chip shortages and stuff, they're going to probably continue to find a way to. If they're already spending $100 million to make these games, what's another $5 million to port them to a last gen console? If they can get some of that crap working on freaking Nintendo Switch, they can definitely get stuff running. Last gen sucks mostly because of the because of the frame rate, man. Like now that we're starting to see games coming out at 60 frames a second, games that we never even expected to run at 60 frames a second. Yeah, it's definitely shining a light on why last gen sucks more than mark my words, Ratchet and Clank getting PS4 in 6 months. Yeah, I could definitely see that happening, Windows. I could definitely see that happening. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they would just have to find a way to take care of those sections to make them. I don't know. I don't know though because they kind of have to keep to do that that purple that switch of the rift, to hit those rift portals. When you're sliding around and hit the little purple crystal, or you run around and hit the purple crystal and it takes you to the alternate dimension. They might have to have both of those loaded in memory at the same time on last gen consoles. So it might not work, but because that is pretty fast. But I mean, yeah, because there's these parts where you're sliding around on the rails and then you hit it and you're still sliding around on the rails. I don't know. They might be able to do it. They might not. Last gen sucks. I want to focus on next gen titles. Yes, I do. I do want them to focus on next gen titles, but Also, I don't have a problem if they can get them working on last gen consoles. Like, I don't have a problem with that. Um, I'm kind like, since I've started buying my games digital, like I don't really care anymore as long as like the new stuff coming out is good. I'm perfectly okay with that. If a game like the Last of Us 2 could run on PS4, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, exactly. Like there's no freaking problem. If the Last of Us 2 can run on that, Demon Souls can run on it. PS fanboys are still making articles that Starfield may come to. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. They pretty much said that was coming to Xbox only. Yeah, this is a good point. You make a good point, Punisher. My whole reason, the whole thing, hey, changing content, stopping by to chill, man. Hey, welcome to the chat. My whole thing with the Starfield 2 coming out the end of next year is kind of, I really do feel like that's more of a PR thing. I'm pretty sure they are still working on this game, but at the same time, it's making it so they get enough distance between that merger and stuff, so that it's not as salty for the wounds. But yeah, that thing is definitely staying Xbox exclusive. I don't see him bringing that to PlayStation. I just hope Starfield is actually good. 76 has me really concerned. They did. This is the exact same thing you were talking about, like taking chances, right, Tristan? So with 76, they went out of their way to try a new thing. They wanted to try to open the game up, to a more open world type deal, with multiplayer and stuff, and it did. It kind of broke the game at first. It was really boring. It was really empty. There was nothing to do. But now that they've started adding all that stuff to 76, it's actually been a freaking pretty good game, man. Like it's gotten way better. Sony can get Starfield if they allow Game Pass on there. Yeah, as soon as Game Pass comes to PlayStation 5, Flight Sim is definitely next gen only. Yes, that's true. That is one that they are not going to do on Xbox One, I believe. It's probably better that way. I mean, I can't. Yeah, it's probably better that way. Some of them games I would rather them just go next gen and not have to worry about last gen, because why have another Cyberpunk 2077, when they can avoid that and just, encourage people to buy next gen or buy it on their PC. Oh man. Ooh. Oh man. Gosh, this has been a pretty good stream tonight, guys. I didn't know that Game Pass. I mean, like, I understand that Game Pass really invokes a lot of anger in the PlayStation community, because I see the comments all the time, and they're just, I don't know, man. As a PlayStation fan, like, you are kind of conditioned to think, like PlayStation is like this Ferrari brand or something, and like, honestly, let's be honest. The only games that really hold their value after launch are Nintendo games, dude. I ain't never seen a PlayStation game worth more than $20 after a couple of years. You know what I mean? Like, Nintendo games. I mean, you go to buy Breath of the Wild right now, and it's still selling used for $54.99 or $60 brand new. Like, Nintendo games are the only Ferrari out there that still hold their value, and that's because people will keep paying for them, and Nintendo knows it, and they're not stupid. Now, if Sony would do the same thing and start holding their games at a higher price longer, then that would make things even worse for them, because people are already irritated. They got to pay $70. I know PlayStation gamers are upset about this. I know they are. I think they can lie to us. They can lie to you all day to your face and tell you how terrible Game Pass is. But when it comes down to it, I know they're upset. They got to pay $70 for these games. Like, it doesn't make sense, man. $70 for these games that are basically safe. I mean, the only thing Ratchet and Clank was a safe game. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is an extremely safe game, but they were able to add new cool stuff to it because of the fast SSD. But mark my words, that game is safe, dude. It hasn't changed the mold of a Ratchet and Clank game whatsoever. It looks better, it runs better, and it's got some cool new features that are only, that They've convinced you that are only possible with the fast SSD, and that may be the case. But when it comes down to it, it's still a safe game. When you see what they have coming out with Horizon Forbidden West, that'll be a safe game. It'll be an open world template with a long story that goes to it, with a story arc, with basically the same combat as the last game. I mean, it's basically going to be a pretty safe game. Everything they make nowadays is pretty safe. Like if they wanted to really show us what they were doing, they would make another SOCOM game, because SOCOM, the old style SOCOM, was not safe. Ubisoft, they won't even make a new Splinter Cell game because it's not safe. Not that many people. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it day one. But not a lot of people are going to buy those games. So if it doesn't make a lot of money, it doesn't make sense. Xbox, on the other hand, is able to push a more diverse catalog of games because they don't need to spend all that money on marketing no more. All they need to do is market Game Pass. If you pick up Game Pass and you try it once, I'm pretty sure, you're going to keep, especially with the new lineup of games that are going to be coming out monthly. There's no way people are going to stop their Game Pass subscription after this stuff comes out. So, yeah. Oh, sorry, there's more. Hitting the purple crystal is not too different than time change sequence. And that, yeah, exactly. I do kind of feel like it's pretty close to that, Game Punisher, but I don't know. It's because wasn't in Titanfall 2, wasn't it basically the same level, just a different spot of the level? Whereas on Ratchet and Clank, it's the same place, but it's two different designs of the same thing. Hey, I'm hoping it's good. I love Skyrim and Fallout, and increased monetization in 76, adding subscription, pay to win, and win, etc. Can't support that. Excusing it now means they will do it again. Oh yeah, I never took part in the whole monetization thing on the Fallout 76, so I don't know how bad it was. So you might have a point there. I do have it downloaded still, so maybe I can get in there and check it out and let you know later if that is bad. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I do remember the freaking subscription thing they were talking about doing with that. Yeah, I don't think anybody bought it, so I mean, if they did buy it, then they were dumb, because I haven't bought it and I still have access to that game. It's a battle of business models. Yes, that's true. PS fans just say over and over again Game Pass is trash, but they never make a solid argument of why it's trash. They act like zealots who refuse anything into the contrary. Yeah, once xCloud gets to where Stadia is in regards to performance, it will take over. Oh yeah, that's definitely true. What if Horizon gets pushed back? I doubt it. I doubt it's going to get pushed back. They're pretty much online to get that out the door. They kind of have to get that out this year. It doesn't make any sense. The whole reason why God of War got pushed back is because it wasn't done yet. But what I already knew, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you already knew I thought the God of War was coming cross-gen. The only one that surprised me was Gran Turismo 7, because they said that game was exclusive to PlayStation 5. They didn't say that with God of War. They said God of War 2021, and if it was going to launch in 2021, then it was definitely a cross-gen game, and they just wanted to get that out in the first year of the PlayStation 5 so that they could move on to making other games. Game Pass doesn't bother me. I play on PlayStation. It doesn't affect me from enjoying my games. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't understand how it can affect anybody that's playing, that's playing on PlayStation. If you want to play a game, man, play a game. If you want to rent your game. If you want to buy your game. It doesn't matter either way. Xbox E3 had something for everyone. FPS shooter, Halo Racer. Yeah, exactly. They had freaking everything. I was very happy with that show. And the fact that PlayStation hasn't come out and done anything except for that little interview with Herman Hulst, that just makes me feel like, wow, dude, PlayStation's really dropping the ball. 3 years, we'll be having that conversation. Well, what really what really caused PlayStation to fall from grace. Just uh, in Titanfall 2, the level change drastically, blocked halfway in one time and bottomless pit in the other. One of the levels had fire everywhere, and the other had. Okay, yeah, I played Titanfall 2 like right when it came out. I bought it and played it. I still have it. I just don't remember that level. Yeah, I don't understand how I don't remember that level. Like, also in Titanfall 2, that sequence had different enemy soldiers in one time and monsters. How far into the game is this? I just forget. The only level I really remember is like the training thing, and then like some of the other stuff, and then there's this one where you're like in this like training place, if I remember correctly. Psychonauts 2 looks pretty freaking good. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh man, about halfway. Yeah, I'm just. Gosh, I remember like that first level. I remember that thing that looked like a football field or whatever, or you're on this, or you're on like this, or you're in this like dome or something, and like they're showing you pictures. Yeah, gosh, I don't understand why I have such a hard time remembering Titanfall 2. I don't even remember who the last boss was. Dang, that's bad. I mean, I know I enjoyed playing the game, but maybe I have to play through it again to remember what was going on. Oh, I play so many games so fast. That's why I started this YouTube channel, dude, because I buy every freaking new game right when it comes out, and then I play it or I don't play it. It either goes in my backlog or I play it. If it's a good game and I play it through, then I'll review it. If not, it goes to my backlog, then I don't know. If I don't have anything good to say about it, then I shouldn't probably just say anything at all, right? Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I wish Nintendo would hold their thing after I get off work, but they won't. That's what Nintendo does. Wakes everybody up early in the morning to show them all their Nintendo stuff. Dude, if Nintendo's E3 comes out like freaking like Capcom and Square Enix and all the other, oh, dude, I'm going to be so disappointed. They really need to show. Have you guys noticed, though, that the last two Nintendo games we've seen at the Ubisoft show and at Capcom today with that Monster Hunter, both of those games look like they were way more fidelity than anything else I've seen on Nintendo to date. Does anybody else agree with that? It looked like that Mario Rabbids 2. That game looked freaking sharp. That looked pretty good for what they were showing. Top Gun and Flight Sim. Yeah, baby. Definitely am looking forward to that. Does anybody else feel like that, though? Like those two Nintendo games, like Capcom, that Monster Hunter one, that looked a lot more fidelity than the other recent one we just got, the Monster Hunter Rise. Oh, yeah. Thought you was just an Xbox fanboy, but listening to this podcast. Oh no, dude! I'm not an Xbox fanboy. I mean, I like all games, man. I'm a gamer, dude. Like I like games, man. I love games. I love playing them. I love playing my PlayStation. The closest I was to a fanboy was a PlayStation fanboy, Tristan. I bought PlayStation first and foremost on everything. You sway me. Just subscribe. We may disagree on. Thanks for subscribing, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, dude. Game Pass is one of those things like where you have to like honestly try it, Tristan. You have to like play it for a few months to like actually see the value of it before it'll make sense to you. It didn't instantly click with me and either. Like I when I first got it, I took advantage of that you have your gold and then you sign up for $1 and it converts it or whatever for like a year or two or whatever. I had like a year and a half on there and I converted it. And since then I've been paying, the $15 a month. It saved me a lot of money on games that I normally wouldn't have bought, but I still continue to buy. Like I still bought my MLB. I still bought Outriders. I still buy the games I want to buy, but I just, there's definitely a reason to have it. But I mean, especially, okay, if you're a PlayStation fan or you have a PlayStation 5 as your main console, but you end up buying like an Xbox or you have a PC or whatever, signing up for Game Pass just means that you don't have to pay for all of those freaking Xbox games that you would want to try. I mean, it sounds like it, yeah, I don't know. Once you have it and you use it for a while, you understand that I just won't support it until it's high quality titles from Microsoft that aren't. Oh, I see what you mean. You know what, man? Like, I get what I get what you're saying. That I do like Forza Horizon 4. I feel like that's a good value, but you could probably get that cheaper than buying a subscription. There's definitely games on there, you know. I mean, third party games, you know, who knows if they're going to be monetized or not, but I'm pretty sure eventually there's going to be some monetized games on there. But I mean, and as soon as that hits, yeah, dude, I'm going to be in the same thing. I'm going to be in the same place you are, man. Yeah, I really hope we get a Switch Pro. Yep, Switch Pro has to be maybe running. Yeah, exactly, guys. All of these games that I've seen running on that they announced at Ubisoft and Capcom today look like they are running in a lot higher resolution with more fidelity than anything I've seen on the Switch yet. And like, I've bought in every freaking Switch first party game from the day it launched till now. The last game we just picked up was the Pokemon Snap 2, and everything I've seen lately has been like, looks a lot higher fidelity, guys. So I'm really thinking that Switch Pro is going to be our next thing. Exactly. I have bought Sunset Overdrive after trying on Game Pass because, yeah, exactly. It was a quality first party game. You know, like I get, like, if I don't recommend buying Game Pass to somebody that is, if you're not going to use it like monthly to like try games that you normally wouldn't try, I don't know if I'd recommend that to you if you're not completely 100% sold on like Microsoft first party games or third party games. Me personally, I usually get on Game Pass every once in a while. Like, I downloaded Final Fantasy X and X2 because I want to try those because I've never played them. I think that I just didn't have the time on PlayStation when they came out on PlayStation 2 to get into them because I was a new dad. I was working 3 freaking jobs to support my kids. I just didn't have the time to buy that game and actually sit down and play it. So that's why I missed that one. And but I played 13 and all the ones that come with that. The 10 and 10X are the only ones I didn't play, and I was already into a new console generation, so I never went backwards because I was all about moving forwards. Just like the rest of, you know, like an honest PlayStation fanboy, I was all about moving forward. And you know, I was a manager, freaking game crazy dude. Like, I was telling other people to come and trade stuff in, and I was trading it in too. I think that's the difference. Everything on Game Pass is I've pretty much played anyway before. Exactly. You know, if you've already played all that stuff, then like this month, dude, we get Dark Alliance. We're getting Dark Alliance here in a couple days on Game Pass, day one. So, you know, that right there is a $40 game, or $40 game that you can play for $15 if you don't like it. But that's kind of a hard sell because it's only a $40 game, and Dark Alliance is probably going to be a good game. So paying $40 for it's really not that big a deal. You know, like, so I mean, there's those gotchas like right there that are like, ooh, but next month you get to try Flight Simulator and Ascent, both of those games next month. So yeah, dude, it might be worth the $15 next month to try it. Maybe Phil showed Nintendo how good xCloud is with the Series X hardware and plans to launch it with the Switch Pro along with Game Pass. That would be freaking pretty cool, man. I would really like to see that. I like the price, includes live membership at about $5 per month, which seems good value in itself. Jonathan, so Xbox Gold, if you buy it monthly, is $9.99. If you buy Game Pass monthly, it's $9.99. Is what they did is they took off $2.50 on each of those to give it to you for $15. So Basically, you're getting both of them for $7.50 each a month. Oh. And yeah, you get a pretty decent amount of games, and they add a lot of stuff pretty regularly now. If someone played everything in Game Pass, you need to chill out. LOL. I don't know, Juan. I play a lot of games too, my friend. My nephew got his first Xbox and bought him 3 months Game Pass Ultimate. It's a good way for new Xbox players to test all the different types. Yep, that's definitely true, man. Not only do I mean, like I got me and my daughter on my Xbox, so every game I buy, she gets a copy of it, and then Game Pass, she can download stuff too. So I mean that right there using Game Share, because you can Game Share Game Pass. You just have to sign into that other Xbox under your thing, download the game, and then the other person can play it. So I mean, even that, you get 2 copies of Game Pass games as well, I'll be getting Flight Simulator for PC when I upgrade. Gonna be insane. Oh yeah, dude. I don't have any doubt that Flight Simulator is going to be amazing on PC too. I'm going to download it on Game Pass next month, and then I'm going to play it on my with my regular controller. And if I like the game, because I already have Ace Combat 7, I'm actually considering buying the HOTAS setup from Thrustmaster to play these games with. If it's good and what I think it's going to be and what I want, like if the 4K and the visuals and everything look pretty good, I'm probably going to go ahead and pick all of that up. Ooh, so yeah, I mean that should be. I mean, I don't know how much that HOTAS stuff is. I should probably look into it, see how much it is on Amazon. I tried it on Game Pass on my current rig, and nope. Yeah, I mean, it might actually just be a better value for the curated experience on Xbox. I'll let you know. I mean, from what I heard, it's probably going to be 30 frames a second, and I don't know if. I mean, it's a flying game, so I don't know. I mean, Ace Combat 2 at 60 frames a second seems kind of slow, like there's no speed to it. So maybe 30 frames a second for that game might not be too bad, to tell you the truth. I noticed that some racing games look a lot like you feel like you have more sense of speed, but less control on 30 frames a second. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out with 30 frames a second though. But yeah, dude, I'm really not excited about 30 frames a second this generation. After playing, dude, the first game I played on my Xbox Series X was Assassin's Creed Valhalla at 60 frames a second. After playing that at 60 frames a second, guys, it's really hard to want to go back after putting 80 hours, 90 hours into that game. Right after it came out, I played that game nonstop for a long time, and like seeing an open world game at 60 frames a second was like, oh gosh, man, like I did not know what to think about it. Try Wipeout in VR at 120 frames a second. Now that's fast. Yeah, I definitely. I am really looking forward to more racing games in the future with VR. I'm definitely going to buy that PlayStation 5 VR, like the second one, the day it comes out, and probably just give my regular VR away, because the only thing I play on that one right now is Beat Saber and Back for Blood. So those are the only 2 games that I really care about on that. And I bought a lot of them VR games right when that came out. I bought I think I have like 20 of them VR games. And those 2 are the only ones that I actually care about. Yes, 60 frames a second should definitely be the norm. I just don't know, because a lot of people still want to see graphics too. And the only way we're going to get a lot of good graphics, I mean, that demo that they showed of Forza Horizon 4 or Forza Horizon 5 was 30 frames a second, man. I mean, that looked beautiful, but that's going back to 30 frames a second. So I am curious, because they are going to have a 60 FPS mode, as to, just how good that's going to look at 60 frames a second. Like, what are we going to lose, man? Like, what? I hate it when they show us them games like that, and then what we really get, the representation of what we really get's not representative of what we saw whatsoever. Beat Saber is lit. I'm smashing songs at export. Yeah. Dude, I was so happy when they freaking brought Linkin Park to that. Dude, I was like, "Ooh boy, yep, I was so happy I bought that whole DLC, man. That Beat Saber's a good game. I was gonna buy that Vader game, that Darth Vader game, but then I was like, I already got Beat Saber. Why do I need that? Like, I'm pretty happy with Beat Saber. My kids like it. We played every once in a while. But my camera, my old camera for the VR, it stopped working. And the PlayStation 5, the new freaking camera for the PlayStation 5 won't even work for it. What's up, Bryce Murphy? How you doing, man? Enjoy the content. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to make good content for everybody because I don't want to be one of them. You know, I want to be fair and I want to be neutral because I do game on all these consoles. So I just want to be a neutral guy and, you know, try to help like get rid of the fanboy thing. Cause it's just hurting. It just hurts the community more than anything. And we're all gamers, man. That's what we love to do. So, yeah, tonight has been a freaking really good show, guys. I'm really happy. Got a lot of feedback, a lot of comments, a lot of people made friends tonight. It's really good. Yeah, I'm probably going to keep doing this every Monday. This the Fanboy Anonymous. Hopefully more fanboys come though, so that we can, you know what I mean. It's not bad to be a fanboy. Like I'm like that's not a bad thing. Like you can like whatever console you want, but like if you're giving other people a hard time with what they like to play, that kind of sucks, man. That's like I mean, like I can understand with sports, you know, and stuff like that, but I mean, like hating on somebody because they like a different plastic box than you, like no man can serve two plastic boxes, man. He's gonna love one and hate the other. So serve no plastic boxes and just enjoy all of them. That's the motto of this freaking this program, dude. So yeah, don't serve either of them. Just love all of them. Yeah. Right on time. Yeah, it's 3 more minutes and this is done.
Oh, cool. Well, then you can open a can.
Open a can? Okay, I'll be right in. Okay. All right. Yeah, the old Sega versus Nintendo days. I was young enough back there in Sega and Nintendo, man. I was, 12, 13, you know, whatever. So it was, I didn't really, you know, I never really saw the older people do it. Yeah, you know, I guess we kind of did at school and stuff too, but it was nowhere near as bad as today, man. My gosh. The freaking stuff. Appreciate that, Tristan. Really do, man. You know, honestly, guys, you know, Tristan, I've only been doing YouTube for about a month and a half now, and like I think the growth I've gotten is pretty freaking good, man. I'm about almost 350 and like a month and a half, and I'm almost at 4,000 viewing hours, dude. Like I think it's doing pretty good. And I want good subscribers that are like-minded, you know, that want to come and just talk about being gamers and stuff, and I want to be able to review games. Yeah, I would appreciate that, Bryce. Definitely agree with that. And just let people, yeah, exactly, man. Best part about Game Pass is that Microsoft expanded into the PC market without charging. Yeah, exactly. I guarantee you guys, by the end of next year, PlayStation 5 games will launch on PC day and date the same day they come out on PlayStation 5. Select ones. I don't know if all of them are going to do that, but I guarantee you they are going to test the waters by the end of next year with day one PlayStation 5 and PC games launching simultaneously. But there's no way PlayStation cannot do that now. Now that they've tasted the blood in the water, man. It's there. PlayStation, I guarantee that there will be a PlayStation 5 Pro. It will. They've got that moniker. There's no reason for them to give that up. You know, I don't know if it'll come out as fast. Honestly, after seeing Ratchet and Clank on that PlayStation 5, I don't really know if they need to. I think this generation is going to be pretty close. Both of them are going to have to use reconstruction technology to get to 4K, whatever. So, and as long as the CPUs can hit the 60 frames a second, I don't see any need to really go out of their way to upgrade these systems this generation. People different. Okay, well, that concludes this show for this Monday, man. I appreciate everybody coming. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Let me know that you guys appreciate this. I mean, I want to be able to do this every Monday and keep it going. Rage on day. Oh yeah, don't worry, man. When that happens, Toby, we will be doing Fanboy Anonymous 3 days a week. We're gonna have to, man. We're gonna have to calm a lot of people down. So we'll probably have to expand to a few more days a week. But right now, 1 day a week, I think it's good. Let's get this program out there and get people coming, and let's talk about it. Let's fix this problem that we got. Like there's got to be a better way to root for your favorite console without going out of your way to like make other people freaking feel bad about what they like to play on. Microsoft, dude, is a different ecosystem than PlayStation. PlayStation is a first-party single-player experience for the most part. That's what it's always been for me as a PlayStation fan. Xbox is more open to multiplayer and first-person shooter and stuff like that. So both ecosystems serve two total. Like Xbox is starting to come, to the middle. PlayStation, I don't know, man. If they're just doubling down on safe games and stuff, that's going to really suck. But we'll definitely have more to talk about they definitely are building a new stream competitor right now. By the time this generation's over, guys, I do think that Microsoft is going to be a lot closer to what I don't know what's going on with PlayStation's marketing right now. It's 2 a.m. here in the UK. Good night, Gamut, dude. Thank you for staying up that late to watch me. I really appreciate that. Well, all right, guys, I'm going to end this one. We'll talk about this again next week. Definitely expect more videos throughout the week. I try to put one out every day, so or I might just go live a couple times a week. Just depending on how the day's going. If it's getting late in the day, I'll probably just go live. But I will see you guys next Monday for sure. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one, man.